Good afternoon and welcome to a new league season. Let me just double check that. The image is here, I think it is. Hello. Semism? First, welcome in the chat. Good to see you. Terrific live. Good to see you as well. Hope you guys are ready for a new season. Hope you had a good start to the cup. And I hope you had a good first scouts call of the season as well, if you are beyond the first economical update this season. In the match viewer today, we've added the top flight. And for a very good reason, I should say, because the defending champions, the Nihilists, we need to scout them. We need to find a way to beat them on Tuesday, because we will play them in the cup. So at least, well, for the first time in a good while, I have a good reason to actively watch in the top flight, other than, of course, following the development in the championships. Another interesting fact is that hope it's okay. I beat up your fanboys. Yeah, you're playing Steve and Forky's fanboys. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. A bit of a rough start for Steve in the new league, playing against the Black Sheep. But I think it should be okay. Steve is actually playing Turtles, which were the defending champions last season. So another good reason to take notes of what happened in the match against the White Stripes. I need your help for 5 minutes, please. Let me know if you can and if you have time to help me a bit. Yeah, sure, I don't mind helping. You are on the Discord, right? Because I could help you. Well, not right now, but I wouldn't mind helping you for sure. No worries. Absolutely. Let's go over the matches here. We have, obviously, the Black Sheep versus Forky's fanboys. What, 15 times the TSI? 10 times the wages? 3 times the fans? It'll be an unfair matchup. Havneselte, yeah, we play RBC Terracotta, which is a bot team, unfortunately. It's only the... Oh yeah, it makes sense that you would play the second string defense in order to save the top guys for the cup match. Makes good sense. Parking the Bus versus Bagheera United. Dunbarke. Let's have a quick look at the numbers here. 2.5 times the TSI. Double wages. I think it's time Dunbarke start performing a bit more with this team, Bagheera. Submarines against Papai ELC. Let's see. Papai not looking too strong. Still, Dan the Wall, Yellow Submarines. I have an idea they'll start performing a bit better quite soon, to be honest. The new team in V.130 up against the bot. We have a single bot in V.130 this season. BK Snaphanen. 24,000 TSI, 81,000 wages in average, but on average they are 29 years of age, so perhaps a fairly strong team. Eternia Elite. And Gladiatorsi i Wroclaw. Hey, that's a new team. Did they swap in? I prepared the team for the cup match this season since I don't want to get promoted. I'm trying to go as far as possible in the cup. Makes good sense, but I'm still undecided about the attack. Whether to focus everything on one flank or spread it evenly as possible. It certainly depends on the situation. Oh yeah, I can see the team is 7 years old, but it's new in the league table in this particular series. Let's just oh, they swapped in, see, on the 4th of December during the manual window. That's what I meant by it's a new team. Nice with human opposition. That's always nice. And we'll get to see if any of them ever join in on the fun. New team in V.130. They look strong from the numbers, but they are low on stamina. Bringing in new blood for the coming season. Aldrington AFC versus Padalov. Fairly even in the numbers game. Could Padalov steal a win here? They are in better form, but stamina is in favor of Aldrington, Peaky, and Bonnet Bay. The Bombers up against of Orpingtons. We know he's training a goalkeeper for the Oceania national team, so that might limit the options here. Macaroni Ted. Sent you 2 screens on Discord. Alright, I'll take a look in a second. It, like, whether to focus your attack in one sector. If spreading it out means you have no chance of scoring virtually. I would go with the evenly sorted attack, because you have a pretty good chance to score in, like, in the formation where you are spreading out your ratings. Fairly good chances like that. The Nihilists versus Ratoncitos. Should be pretty even if you look at wages, for instance, and TSI. A year in average in between them in the top 11. Should be a very close match. White Stripes against Turtles, 2 old teams. Interesting to see who takes the lead here, and yet another Swedish team in the international. CAJ Makas. Is this a team from the Czech Republic? I think it is. And we have Loilelo against Cain and Abel FC. It will be a hard game. I hope the RNG doesn't send all the attacks through the middle. Yeah, but that's also one of the reasons why you might want to consider favoring a bit central attack, because that is the most likely sector to hit. Before we start though, let's call the scouts. I'm feeling lucky. Do you feel lucky? Yes, I do, in fact. Let's see. Or maybe not. Castagne. He's awesome. Swedish under-21s coach and subscribes to titles in Luxembourg. This wasn't particularly lucky, I should say. And McCulloch, good to see you in the chat. It's been a while. No specialty. 16 years. Winger. Is this a clear the bad player from the, like, do the country a favor and just get rid of the worst player in this bunch? Or is it hoping that there's some miracle in scoring? Overall 4 is quite low, right? Yeah, there's always like this issue with rounding. I will try. Let's see if there's a miracle in there. He looks like look how tired he looks. Jeez, that's a young age to be. Nice to catch you for once. My daughter seemed to have gymnastics and dance and other sports planned just to mess with your Hattrick match times. That's terrible of them. How dare they? How dare they mess with your Hattrick schedule? It's kind of crazy. So in Hattrick International, in the second round of the cup, I get the number 1 seed, the Nihilists, Marius Samoila, subscribing on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. So we get the number 1 seed in Hattrick International. In case you haven't checked it out already or seen it, in San Marino we play Penarosa Bramante. And if you know a little, if you followed the series, you'd know that they are not number 1 seed in San Marino, but they probably should be. But they were a little unlucky last season. So yeah, no cup run this season. No cup run in the main cup, at least. But let's not remove the match from the viewer. That's one way to start. Not too much despair. It's just the way it is. It's about kickoff time. Yeah, but the fact is, it's not unlucky because it's like, it's just down to the seed. But it feels a little harsh, right? How do you guys feel about the new system. It's been in place for quite a while. Where you get the seed from, like if you win for surprise, you overtake the seed for 1 round. I'm not sure I like it. Matches have started. Let's just do a full reload here. Let's just do a little cheaty. 38,000 spectators at Havnegrillen. We have something in common though, because near the In and Out Burger, this is also a burger joint they play at, the Nihilists. Let's start in V.130. Snaphanen versus it's the bot bashing scenario here. They'll be winning easily, I think. Attorney Elite versus Gladiator Wroclaw. Supernatural counter-attacking. That's strong. That's a fairly strong team for this level, I should say. 38,949. I like it if you manage to surprise, you are not thrown into another lion's den immediately. Yeah, I guess you could be lucky and unlucky in both scenarios, right? I think a lot of teams feel they might miss out on a cash game at home. Aldrington versus Padalov. Outstanding counterattack. That's... I think, yeah, fairly big favorites, Aldrington, for this one. Bonnet Bay. A level and a half between them in midfield, and actually not the worst way to set up the counter attack. World class buff Orpington. They could be in with a chance. For sure, with a good central sector. Yellow Submarines, favorites for this match. Huge favorites. Early in the season, but they should be scoring a lot of goals. Parking the bus. Double counter-attack scenario. Oh, there's not a lot of goals in this one. Oh yeah, they could definitely sort out the home field advantage. I feel like it's a good way to reward a team to pull off a surprise. At least if it's down to some managerial skill. It's not always the case, right? Sometimes it's the better team being unlucky. But they should have the home team advantage. Havnenselde? No, wait. See, now I was duped by Steve's shenanigans, because I thought I would look at my own match last, but this is not my team. This is Stevie B's team. Major advantage for the Black Sheep in this one. Falky will lose. And Havnenselde versus RBC Rockers by Choice Terracora. I miss Espevik, but looking forward to HTI Female League now. Oh yeah, we have that coming up in just a season. I'm dreading the fact. No, maybe not the fact, but the prospect of managing 5 teams is a little overwhelming, honestly. Nihilists versus Ratoncitos. Pressing, playing for a single point tonight. The White Stripes versus the Turtles. Turtles in counterattack? No. How good of an indicator are hat stats? It's a good indicator for traditional teams because it favors midfield. Like midfield rating is tripled in the hat stats comparison. So traditional teams, it's quite good at comparing. But it's like hat stats in like utilized in a wrong sector will not help you at all. Like you see teams having a strong center attack, and for some reason they always attack down the flanks with a high tactical rating. That means you're just removing hat stats, making your some of your hat stats obsolete. First goal of the season, Andreas Retsin. Let's say you have plus 10. Does it matter? You can't make an equation based on plus 10 hat stats, especially at high level, because the higher the level, the less the difference is relatively. Padalov, Andrei Balan with a PNF, the first PNF goal of the season. You need to be more specific in your analysis of a match before you draw a conclusion. But obviously, plus 10, if we're talking 2 teams playing 100 hat stats and 90 hat stats, that's fairly low, but that's a big difference. But it's a very little difference between a 500 and a 490 team. I hope that makes sense. Like also imagine if all of the hat stats is compiled or accumulated in this sector. Right, imagine you had a divine right attack. You weren't playing any tactic, but you only have 10%. This could be like a 90% chance to convert your goal, scoring chances, but you only get 1 out of 9 chances. Snaphanen has taken the lead. Oh, it's you, Peter Ward. It changed out your handle, I suppose. Do see a lot of people having issues with their handles on YouTube. Retsin for the Black Sheep. And most of the time I'm able to recognize the nicknames. So yeah. Vagn Sønderby has had a chance down the central sector. Oh, we are attacking. We're not. But he missed a 64% chance anyhow. Mamdou Al Saidi. A right attack for submarines, 82%, and it's a miss. But terrific to finish off the rant about that hat stats. If you have all your hat stats from your right attack sector, for instance, and you only get one chance, you might get one goal, right? But chances are, if you have all your hat stats in one sector, it's not helpful. It's just a number. There's the chat on screen as well. Let's see. Harry Sanderson. Free kick. Set piece. Today I expanded my stadium. 1,000 under the roof and 300 VIP seats. From now on I'm going into save mode. I've spent a lot on staff. Well, making more minor expansions is the best way to go nowadays. It used to be 7 times as expensive, just like the base costs. You would also start with less fans. But that sounds like a good investment, 300 VIP seats, because you don't have any to begin with. Yeah, at least if you it depends on the league you play in. If you play in a league with a fairly competitive bottom division, you might want to relax the expansion vibes a little. But most of the time, if you play in a country where you can build a fan base and get results fairly easy in the beginning still, a few small expansions is definitely a good way to go about it. I do suppose that most countries you will have a fairly easy time starting out, but I guess there are leagues where with some competitive goal. Retsin, he's already gunning for the top scorer title, I guess. Retsin, quick striker, a quick double fire, this time a central attack. My ambition with the Hound and Zelda? Do you remember the first season? In case you didn't follow the first season of the Hattrick International, I was seven places below my hope the first season. The White Stripes has taken the lead. First goal in the top flight this season, Ismail Ugus from a left attack. Yeah, only. close. Yeah. I should probably... Like, Bagheera is fairly strong. They've been underperforming. I guess I'm not unfair to Dunbach to say this, but I should be gunning for second place. Also, because I have a few players that are starting to be quite good. Eighth division in Italy. I'll take it slow. I think it suits my style best, staying in the eighth division, where I can enjoy the cups more, since they only include teams from my division. How many active teams are in your eighth division? I don't know why I struggle to say that. And if you get closer, just throw money at the transfer market. 4, okay. You'll get a fairly slow start, but is the 7th division then very competitive in Italy as well? But really, unless you have some kind of special experience playing Hattrick and have an extreme amount of time to constantly be skill trading, you should be taking it slow. There's no reason to stress about it. Here comes Jan Arie van Lunteren. Double world class. Dienst. Magnificent world class. I am considering at some point to just... Oh, here's a goal for Havnentelde. Jari van Lunteren. And Bryn Leivur Gerdebo. Bryn Leifur. The right back from a right attack after 17 minutes played. Oh, there's the... notification. Let's just turn that off. But I can definitely tell that the market is in a bit of a slump with the transfer compares of those double world-class players here. Jabin. Fairly low comparisons. I don't know. I don't want to get promoted this season anyway. I'm trained defenders, and my ultimate plan is that when I do get promoted, I want to win both the cup and the league, and at the same time. Same season. I don't know if it's possible, but I'll try. That sounds... You might be facing teams with more seasons played. So it might be difficult. But I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want to at least go far in the cup. Patrick Vale scores from a left attack after 19 minutes. 2-0 for Havnentelde. I think you have the right approach by just taking it easy. See if I can actually copy this directly from the chat. Or maybe if I... Pandemic FC. Transfer history. Wow, you've bought a lot of players. What are you training? Barney Bay Bombers. Bombers. Emilio Santi. Direct free kick, and it's 1-0. No chance for Fadio Vanstifu. Yorgis Pirimakos. Unsportsmanlike. Conduct. Conduct, yeah. Oh, you were trained defense. I don't know why I was asking. You just told me. Wow. Do you promote directly? Yeah, 2 direct promotion spots. I guess there's a few fairly strong teams in the 7th division still. Jan Arje van Lunteren. Right attack, and it's 3-0 for Havnenselde. We're first place. You better go to the market. Reinforce that team of yours. Yeah, just let's call the season. Oh, my colleague, are you taking part in the Twitch League in Sweden? Free kick. Aldrington. Carlos Salas. Oh. Nice hit. You remember that song from E-Type? Yeah, I seem to remember... Oh, I've heard about E-Type, but I'm not entirely sure about Campione. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's... Oh, yeah, Thursdays, right? Because they play on Thursdays, isn't that correct? At least they announced it on Thursday. Oh, Tuesdays. Okay. Did you learn more about the format? Because I was busy on the official stream and with the Hattrick Creators Club on Thursday, so I didn't get to catch the stream. Yeah, Here I Go Again, that's the one song I remember. that dance electronics certainly wasn't really my thing when I was younger. Isn't really now, and not that kind, at least. Orpingtons. On a counter. Max Himmele. Himmele. I thought he was Swedish. It's an equalizer. Counter down the central sector. That's the reason why I was thinking they might have a pretty good chance. Looks like fun plus goals. Also, they used the same pool system like they did on the Duinchkampen, and 2 groups of 15. One group is called Poppen and the other Wagner. They already fight like an old married couple. It sounds kind of fun. I mean, it's a good way to set up something where people can compete against each other from the community. An injury for Johan Clara. I mean, I guess that's also the idea with the Hattrick International, that we could play against each other. But I do realize that it's kind of a massive paywall. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be... That would actually be a very cool thing. Like, I know that some people are asking for a lot of functions, also for like the Content Creator League, but I'm thinking it's really not fair to ask for such specific things for such a... Like, honestly, if we had like 120 teams taking part, White Stripes have furthered their lead. Elisio Chocore. I don't feel it's really fair to ask the developers for much time to develop things that only benefit such a small part of the player base. But such a thing like adding a plus goal for a weaker side in a duel match. That's just a little tool that you could easily scale in a sandbox manner, right? Because then people can make more fair competitions. So you give like a sandbox tool rather than focusing some development for a very small part of the player base. V.130. Oh, we've lost the first place. Thomas Valgaberg. Direct free kick. They're attacking once more. It's his 35th birthday. Oh, it is. Is it 5-0? 5-0? It might be. No, it's a save by Fabrizio Calvagno. Cash Guy? I don't know how to... The makers. CHA Makers. Macas. Butchers. The Butchers. They've made it 1-0. Had him for a season, dropped 250 HGMS. Yeah, it's quite detrimental to that value. At old age. "30 minutes in here." Oh, that's a stalled match viewer. How does formation experience work? Last week I had 10 in 5-3-2. Today I played 5-2-3 because I want to have this formation available for any eventuality. And my 5-3-2 dropped to 9. Is it based on matches played rather than time? It's based on 10-minute blocks. At least that's what I remember. I think I remember I read. Match. Each 10 minutes you get extra experience, in this case 1 block. In like week has 3 blocks. It takes 30 minutes to go from, you know what? You should really read. I was elected to lead, not read. You should read this post. Nihilists in the lead now. Delphim, Camargo, Silvera, and Kane and Abel FC in the lead against Lelo. Submarines taking the lead. Briel, Mothy from attack down the left, and then the White Stripes from a penalty now up by 3, Anton Kitaichuk. Now, the later levels take more blocks of training. So as soon as you will have been low outstanding in the formation experience, and that means you lose some as soon as you train something else. You could have kept the visible 10 if you were higher, if you played it more often. Snaphanen, Ingo Reisach. Wing event from Timoteo Vergara. Boom. Each game you play, all formations fall 1/3 of a level, of a low level, or 1/6 of a high level. So you were only just above 10. But as you can read in the chat, 8 is safe to play, and I would also be good with 6-7 if the team is experienced. Yeah. I would generally say unless if you write it in a message, like those brackets in a message, or like just in a preview of a message to anyone in Hattrick, or preview of a forum post, you will get a clickable link. The Gladiators, Rocklav, up 1-0 now, Sven Isaksen. Like solid formation experience is quite safe. Excellent. Like excellent, I would use it in a full-blown competitive match. Like the match of the season, I would use it. White Stripes up 3-1 against Turtles. It was Turtles scoring. Emmanuel Membe. Nihilists. Delphine Camargo Silveria scores again. As a defense trainer, you just need the 5x if you stick to your training. I've heard to have 2 extra for offensive weeks. Yeah. But you were talking about avoiding promotion. That might be a key. Playing around with formation experience or utilizing that. Jan Arie van Lunteren. You could have scored a hat trick. You could have scored a hat trick. 5-5-0 press. Yeah, just make sure you don't score any goals. Is it a bit counterintuitive not to promote early? I mean, there are still managers in Hattrick who play from this ethical or that throw low formation experience at matches and lose rating because team's confused. Yeah. Because it doesn't discriminate, it's just all ratings from what do you call it? Organizational level during the match. Partalov taking the lead with right attack. 38 minutes into the game. Vlastimil Kursa. I won 1 point with high press against stronger opponents. Yeah, I mean, when you get to like higher league level scenario, winning single points in a hard situation is often the way to go, right? I don't need to worry about this now. I can figure it out in the second half of the season. You can definitely figure it out in the second half of the season, but you might want to be a little proactive already. The first few seasons where we had 2 teams promoting directly in Denmark, there was a member of my community who usually watch during the Danish live streams, and he wasn't aware like the first season, and I was like, you were going to promote? Oh, I wasn't even aware. So Bagheera, Palle Bækgaard, it's a set piece. Adrian Kirk, the PNF, maybe. Nobody can stop him. Davy Han. It's a 1-0 lead for Bagheera. Snaphanen. There's the PNF. Reisak. Ingo Reisak. Giarcino Doninelli. Padalov attacking on the left. No good this time. Still 2-1 for the guests at Harborview Stadium. But like thinking about, you want to try go further in the cup, you might want to consider not losing too heavily if you are to build some confidence for a cup run. Still. Just be aware that you might not be the only one with this idea, so it could be hard to fix all of a sudden. Phil Campbell, parking the bus. 3%er. Never say never, but Bagheera with a sense of relief here that they weren't on the receiving end of conceding to a 30% chance. That always feels bad. Yellow Submarines attacking down the right. Hayato Kawanishi. 2-0. Another chance here. There's a guy who always stays in Division 8. He won the Consolation Cup last season. I checked his history. He's been in Division 8 forever. Let's check out his team ID. Just a second. Real Marty. A good low shot. Could be 3-0 now for Yellow Submarines. Oh, that's the Stan Collymore goal. 3-0. Aldrington with the equalizer. Danny Mark. Left attack. 43 minutes in. Eternia Elite grabbing an equalizer as well against Gladiator Wroclaw. This time Freddy Frendo. And Submarines have made it 3 now. Briel Marty. Let's have a look at this team ID. $900,000 TSI, fairly old team. I think Falky's fanboys can be better than... Oh yeah, I think they might. Oh. It could simply be that he wants all of these trophies before he moves on. He could be an achievement hunter. Falky's fanboys. I know he is training keepers the first season, just to take it a little slow. But that means he could develop the rest of the team. That's like from a more casual approach. That's a good way to not be as limited. It's a cheap position to train, that's for sure. And it gives a good opportunity to try out. Mother Club, yeah, definitely the strongest position. But This guy is... he picked up an unpredictable guy. He has a lot of defense. Let's just have the halftime scores here. Hound and Teddy lead 3-0 against RBC Terracotta. Black Sheep up 4-0 against Forky's Fanboys. Bagheera lead 1-0 away from parking the bus. And Submarines lead 3-0 against the Yellow Submarines. 3-0 against Papaya ELC. Snaphanen lead 3-0 against FC Kachak. And we have a tourney lead level with Gladiatosi i Wroclaw. Level also at Harbourview Stadium with 2 goals each for Aldrington and FC Pardalov. Bonnet Bay and Buff Orpingtons are level as well. It's 1-1 at the Lakewood City Reserve. The Nihilists lead 2-0 in the top flight against Ratoncitos. And we have White Stripes ahead 3-1 against Turtles. A 1-0 home lead for CHA Makers against Miski. In the final match in the top flight, Kane and Abel FC lead 1-0 against Louis Lelo. I'm wondering where these guys are from. Barbados. I have absolutely no clue what's going on with that team. What are the goals for you guys in this season? So we have Terrific Life not trying to promote. How's your opposition in the Danish league with Tusenes promoting? You're gunning for the title? Oh, stamina training, not stamina, well, set piece stamina training at least gives a lot of tactical freedom. I can see the demoted team. They won't be the challenge unless they invest quite heavily. Anyway, I'll be right back and we'll be ready for the second half in 9 minutes time. If I want to promote, I need 1-2 attackers, as my team is 8 defenders and 2 inner midfielders. Yeah, I guess it's fair enough. I mean, you are playing in the 3rd division, right? So at some point, having to employ some actual attackers. I'm very hyped for the next game. It'll be a close one, and I'll be really happy if I can win it. For some reason, I find the cup format more exciting. My goal is, for this season's cup, is to win 3 rounds. If I can do more, of course, it would be great, but if I win 3 rounds in the main cup, I'll be happy. Yeah, I totally understand, like, the thrill of the cup, and especially in Hattrick. Well, at least the thrill of the cup if you are not drawn against the strongest team in the nation in the 2nd round. But still, like, the cup format just have like this adventure format. I guess like the cup adventure and the potential of surprises. That's also what makes the cup adventure interesting in real life. I do realize that, like, the amount of games in modern football might turn the cup adventure or the cup tournaments into fixture congestion instead of but that's just a problem with the modern game. I would have to sell 2-3 50% talents, or I would drown in wages. Yeah, it's about making the switch at the good time, right? But I could totally imagine that your players are starting to get fairly expensive. $6 million per week. I think I'm going to have to try to promote as well myself in Denmark and in maybe not in Denmark. Well, maybe. I had a fairly weak team swapping over to the division. I guess I would have to try to see if I couldn't be somewhat competitive in the 4th division next year, next season as well. But definitely trying to promote in San Marino, because there's only 4 active teams now. And I don't want the same cup draw. It would only be marginally better next season if I finish first. But it would be better not to have Penarosa Bramante in the second round. Top of Division 3 is fine for the current team. Yeah, I guess that's this point in the development in the pyramid. Like, it's quite steep. It's in the second and first division. Like, it gets steep extremely fast. I promoted with the... What's it called, your team again? TB. Torsvøller Boldelag. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're still developing the team, you're a lot of old players and then some young ones. Oh, there's Leo. Yeah, I guess being yeah, I see now. I guess being the yo-yo team doesn't really do a lot of good, and it's fairly boring to be losing every match of the week of the season for like a full season straight. Second half is on the way now. Nothing happening still. Nothing out of the ordinary in the first minute. FC Kajak has restored some organizational level. Back up to passable. RBC Terracora back to passable as well. Oh, that's the bot teams. Ratancitas with a few changes here. Ilta Mebruk playing offensively now. Same goes for Alex Abian. Musavi leaves the field and is replaced by Bilo Kapic. First goal of the second half, Atrito Gallo. Right attack for Kane and Abel in the top flight. Man, we can't beat the Nihilists. If they win, they'll have too much confidence ahead of the match against us. how have these teams done so well from the start? I understand what you're saying, they do trading, but if all of them do it, then they're all competing, and if they're all competing, isn't the profit lower? What team specifically are you talking about? In the first division in San Marino, well, in San Marino there's been played what, 18 seasons now. Yeah, we are in season. No, not at all. I started in Takalbahau in season 8. They are 10 seasons ahead of me. Gladiatos i Wroclaw. Winger to head event. Kahiri O'Grady, the left winger, and Chaton from the central midfield. HTI season 30, yeah. Turtles claw one back here. Darcio Silva through the central defense. A few of your old inner midfielders been on the transfers this season break. Any good commission? Magical playmaking. Only one sold. Also, they're still being sold. One of the first wingers I trained in my Danish team. He's been trained since I sold him at Supernatural. He was sold for 7.6 million euros. He's been trained as a back since. Fairly pleasing to see those 300,000 in the former player money trickle into the account. Oh, that's me. I play the sound whenever I experience a goal live. I play it from a soundboard. Penalty for the Black Sheep. Falcaber, yeah, he's converted here, and looks like it's time for substitution soon for Forky's fanboys. Come on, guys, we need to take the lead in the league. Yeah, probably not. 19 set pieces. Yeah, that's... probably a little too overwhelming for a young keeper, 18 years old. Attila Fair with an injury for Yellow Submarines. That's unfortunate. If you want to man mark, yeah, it's the defense skill. And you get a 5% bonus if you man mark with a player without a specialty, and 10% for a powerful one. But like, form still matters for the defense skill calculated for the man marking operation. But he will lose all skill and all his skills, but it's only defense calculated for it. I can just put a defender in inner midfield. You could do that, but the thing is, you don't have to man mark from the midfield. You could man mark from the wing back, which is probably a good option if you want to man mark, and you have 5 defenders anyway. Aldrington takes the lead now. Jordan Pickett down the right. And if you, like, say you own Carlos Salas here and you man marked, it could even be the opposite winger, right? So he'll take a bigger tax because he's further away. If you mark in the midfield, for instance. But as far as I understood, there's no difference. If you mark from a wingback, it doesn't even matter if you're marking this guy. It's a good man mark. Gladiators, Wroclaw. Magnus Olhult scoring from a right attack. Now we have the tourney lead. True. Oh yeah, if you play counterattack, you could you do lose defense. I guess it depends who you man mark. But if you're playing counterattack, it may be wise to man mark from the midfield. Of course, makes good sense. Harris Bowie with a central attack, but Attorney Elite doesn't score in this one, unfortunately for them. Just make sure you don't accidentally lose you don't accidentally grab the midfield advantage, because well, you'll be losing midfield as well. I'm curious though. V.130. It's a counterattack. 1 minute. And I'll finish my sentence. 4-1 even. V.130. The counter down the right. What I'm thinking though, Aren't you going to man-mark a striker rather than the midfielder? Isn't it better to have your opponent have the regular chance, but have him miss, and then you get a counterattack? What attack skill does a player need to reach 9 stars? Not a lot. Not a lot, because forwards are like forward. Like forward ratings are heavily inflated. What is this? World-class scoring, 10 stars. Yeah, there you go. Oh, and now he misses on the volley here, unfortunately. The other TDF. Oh, like that. Yeah. Like the technical forward, was it in the sun as well? Because then he gains a bonus. But the technical forward is the perfect choice to man mark in your case. The next opponent. It's a good question. We are gaining now. 4-0. Is it a hat-trick? It's not a hat-trick. It's Mohammed Jabin from an unpredictable event. His own unpredictable event. Go on. Keep at it, son. We might be able to take the lead in the table. Phil Campbell now. It's a right attack, but it's a miss this time. Yasino. Out for 2 weeks for Badalov. Terra is going to drop formation experience. Yeah. The thing is, we can only compare that once we've played the team, both of us. Miski with the equalizer. It's Seveto Strashna. Germund Hansson, the coach of CHA Makers, expected to make some changes here with that equalizer. Here comes Bonnet Bay. Sutera slips between 2 defenders and he has the ball still. Spectacular shot. And it's 2-1 for Bonnet Bay Bonners. It's an unpredictable event from the midfielder. Wow, that was... did you see it already in the viewer, or was it just the GM prophecy? What skill? Nine stars. 26 years old. The thing is, he could have passing as well. But what kind of form is he in? Passable form, 96,000. What? Okay. World class? Supernatural, level 14 scoring, perhaps. Bagheera, up by 2 now. Walter Laustsen from a left attack. Bonnet Bay now up 3-1. Georgis Primachas from a right attack. A few counters already for Buff Orpingtons. World class. It looks like a tough task now for the guests. 21 minutes to play in the regular time. Or with the Danish team? Well, if you're not strictly training defending. Oh, the black sheep. Nah, that makes sense. I mean, Carlos Mendonça goes off the field, and on comes Mauricio Gomez. Kane and Abel FC up now 3-0, and then Jan-Ari van Lunteren with a hat-trick. All level now at the top of the division. Oh, you could. Yeah, I guess it adds up quite nicely with the passing skill. Jens Arnefjord, I guess he's Norwegian, dominating on his wing for the Nihilists. They look solid for a win now. Just 18 minutes or so to play. But alas, the Black Sheep has grabbed the lead once more with a 6-0 goal. Gundur Haskor down the left, still ahead. And now I accidentally removed my match. Why have I started doing that again? Jan-Ari van Lunteren goes on. We need more goals. Ugh. He's the top scorer for now. Lunderen. Yeah, he could widen his lead. Falk is attacking. So telling me there's a chance? Raúl de Caballo. Feeble attempt. Aldrington at Church. Attacking down the right. Just reading about all those Messi fans going crazy in India because they had paid to watch him walk around the pitch. Wow. It's a miss this time for Aldrington. Crazy. "13 minutes remain of the regular playing time now." The Nihilist. 3-0 up. Tommy Kinos. Bad news. Titanic defense. Extraterrestrial midfield. Outstanding. Magnificent central attack. Titanic center attack. World-class side attacks. Let's just compare this for a second. Yeah, okay, we're playing a bot today. So it's going to be a tough match. Some say impossible. Carlos Salas. Direct hit from the free kick. It's the second time he does this, and it's 4-2 for Aldrington, home at the Harbourview Stadium. The home fans are in a buoyant mood. The old boys struggle with the 10% stamina. Yeah, it's starting to show. Turtles with the equalizer. Bankim Munda. They are basically playing without defense, the White Stripes, and it's working for Turtles right now. They were down by 3 and now they're level. But they could just as easily concede should the White Stripes get an attack down the central sector. So far, the chance distribution is close to what you would expect. Let's see. White Stripes with a change here. Joaquin Justinio has left the field and has been replaced by Ilma Vera. Lorenzo Schiacolea. Anna Larsen leaves the field. Is replaced by Simon Strikuman. Verk Arke. He doesn't usually play central defensor. Oh, he's the keeper. 40 less hand stats. Yeah, I don't argue the fact that you will be the favorite in the league this season. Well, the fans are going to be happy for the home match against the Nihilists. That's a nice one. And it's going to be even harder now. 4-0. Not that it was remotely possible before the 4-0 goal. But Delfim Camargo Silveria. The hat-trick now. Anders Estrup. Alone against the keeper. 16% chance. It actually goes in for a goal. See, that's the way, like scoring those chances. Svein Ronsdal. Oh, we do. We get the double round. I had actually checked that thoroughly. 35 meters out. He misses. Submarines. Jin Yuli. Corner to head. Start and end with the week 3. A long shots, that's, on the other hand, that's not how you take the lead. CAJ Makers. 2-1. Right attack from Wojciech Blastisha. He's blasting that. Mamdou Al-Saedi attacking down the right. I don't think it's like he'll actually challenge anyone on the top scorer list. We're already looking at that, but he's scored. It's a set piece. Oh, Delfim Camargo Silveria. He's actually up there now. The White Stripes takes the lead. Paulo de la Casa. Central attack. Yeah. Fair if you look at the chance distribution. 7-3. 7-3. That's like 1-1. Now attacking down the right, Dimitris Chinas. And we are in the lead. Seven. The question is how much of a whooping we will get in the midweek. And also how hard will it hit our confidence? Submarines 6-0. They are dangerously close to the top of the league now as well. Tukka Remputi. He sounds Finnish. Remputi. That's a Finnish name if I've ever heard one. Lots of players struggling now. Lots of players struggling in more matches now, to be honest. Two minutes remain. Also going to lose in the cup, third division, 4-4-2 counter at 22, strong wing attack. Yeah, I guess unless you have like a very sudden increase in team strength from going on a shopping spree or something, it'll always be the case in the lowest league that unless you're lucky enough to draw like a rebuilding team that accidentally or luckily won the first match. Going into the last minute of official match time. Regular match time, I should say. White Stripes make it 5-3. Valeriy Kobanov on the receiving end of that set piece. No draws today. CHA get a left attack in the dying seconds here. Jan Bengtsson. And it's 3-1. A little extra right attack, perhaps? Make it 8. Chance for 7th, but it's missed. Orpington. A glimmer of hope, perhaps? Sofiani Tamsamani. 6 now for White Stripes. Sultan Beric. Goals are flying in here at the end. The first few results here. Black Sheep wins 6-0 against the Forkies Fanboys. The Nihilists grab a 4-0 win against the Ratoncitos. And Cain and Abel FC win 3-0 against Luilelo. Bagheera has won 2-0 against Parking the Bus. And the viewer has been in better shape, honestly, than it is right now. Let's see if it's still updating though. .5 0.4 in the replay. Yeah, that's pretty close to what you would want to see. Reloading now would send a lot of the matches in real life here. 3-0 for Snaphanen versus FC Kachak. Submarines grab a 6-0 win. Havneselda wins 7-0 against ABC Terracotta. 4-0 for Gladiatorsy Wroclaw against Eternity Elite. And 4-2 is the result at Harborview Stadium. Aldrington AFC wins against FC Padalov. That's the conclusion of all the matches. So let's just take a quick look here. First placed, Havneselda play Bagheera United in the next match. And the Black Sheep play RBC Terracotta, so it could be a change of leader in the league next weekend already. Yellow Submarines against the Forkies Fanboys. I guess it's hard to tell who will be leading the league after next round because of the differences strength-wise. Is the statistics updated? See Bagheera, wow. Oh, yeah, okay, I guess you can't compare because I played a fairly weak lineup today. V.130, Gladiatorsy Wroclaw leading just ahead of Snaphanen and Aldrington AFC, and Bonnet Bay in 4th. Eternity Elite down to 7th. They're not used to that. Let me just see the replays here. .02. I guess we've been a little lucky. What achievement is this? Loyalty above all. This achievement celebrates a single player's dedication to your team, awarding for reaching milestones in number of official matches played. B team with goalkeeper in defense plus early pullback. Yeah, I didn't do much either. Trying to cut the losses in the midweek match. Main. I'm not entirely sure I understand this achievement. Well, a pretty chill first round in the HTI. Let's just take a look at the top flight. Nihilists finishing where they left off last season. First place. White Stripes just behind them. In the end, a resounding win for White Stripes. Promoted Cain and Abel. Good start. CAG Makers. Good start for those guys as well. Ratoncitas will have to fight back against Lulio in the next round. Nihilists against Turtles. White Stripes against Miski. And Cain and Abel against Makers. But for now, it's time to wrap up the stream and say thank you to you guys who stayed with us all the way through the league matches and are still here. Thank you for watching, guys. Time to get something to eat and be a little productive with something else than Hattrick. Unfortunately, that's also the task at times. Thank you for watching and have a great Saturday night, guys. I'll see you guys around. Take care. Bye.